don't know what that hand motion was at the end.
I don't know. No, don't worry about that. Our technical director is like, I don't even know. Don't worry, I didn't know either. So
I had nothing more to say, so I was just like, behold the game.
Okay.
Behold the game. We are an ESV Sanshorn Mists, and on the right side of it in the red from the team Acer, their last hope. It is the really good Zerg player, Nerchio. And on the left side of the map in the teal from Eclypsia, their last hope as well, coming back and winning a large amount of games, 4 already. It is Welmu. And
sorry to jump back, but it's an 8 pool.
It is indeed an 8 pool. And there's the pool on 8 supply, making it an 8 pool.
Oh, I just thought it meant you made 8 pools. I don't know, did you see that thing on Reddit the other day, though?
That's like the oldest StarCraft 2 joke of the book. In beta, I remember I had a screenshot. That was my desktop background in beta with someone with 6 pools. Yeah. And it was the 6 pool joke. Yep.
Makes me giggle.
It's the 4 pool joke in Brood War. Translates quite nicely. It is funny.
Whoa, Welmu's not planning on Forge Fast expanding either. He does have a pylon sitting inside of his main, so he's going to go for a Gateway expand, something along those lines.
Yes, he is.
And look at this. He is going to scout an almost completed spawning pool there.
He's like, uh-oh.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
It is pool. And so he's going to be a little bit scared about that. And
yep.
It's going to be interesting. 6 Zerglings immediately on the way, very well timed by Nerchio. Will he be able to get there in time to get past that gateway, get past the defenses? This is a pretty big deal, man. I mean, he's making drones behind it, so it's not quite, you know, as all-in as it possibly could be.
Right.
And a lot of Zergs have been kind of playing around with earlier pools, too. So this is pretty normal. I mean, it's not like if Nerchio doesn't succeed in this, his game is over, but it does certainly hurt quite a bit.
Oh, of course not. Well, but, you know, he has forced a very weird build out of Welmu as well. Now, definitely, there's a 6-worker deficit. That's huge. But Welmu, of course, decides to put up double gateways. He's got no gas on the way. He's going to have to overcommit to a lot of attack units here. Yep. So, I mean, this isn't the worst possible thing in the world for Nerchio. And, in fact, the Zealots are actually rallied behind. And let's see here. That's why I said no obs. The Zealots are actually rallied behind, so these structures are actually going to go down.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, there's no gas. There's nothing that can hit those Zerglings. And if he focuses on the gateway, that's going to blow a huge hole in the defenses of Welmu.
Yeah, this is a really weird way to go about it. There we go. Thank you, Nerchio. I was just about to say, he pulls off of the pylon, so we make sure he kills the gateways before anything else and forces Welmu to go through his own pylon to be able to take this down. Nerchio gets right on through. So much lost mining time, he's been able to basically make up a lot of that worker disparity between the two players. So not the best handling of this by Welmu.
Yeah, definitely. And Nerchio is going to be able to be very annoying with his Zerglings right now. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage to pylons, things like that. Even though those Zerglings don't have speed, they're going to be able to run all over the place, just hit things here and there.
Right. This is very interesting, but I've got to say, just by the nature of the way it was handled, I think this favors Nerchio now. We did mention before, he's even on workers, actually up by 1 at the moment as one got cleared up back at home. Steals another worker kill there, pulls more probes off the line.
Yep. And, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough decision when you're in this position to put your Zealots in front of the gateways or behind. In front is generally the better idea, especially if you have 2 gateways. But as it is, you know, it looks like Welmu decided he could maybe defend it from having them behind, I guess. I don't know. He hasn't really taken, damage per se from this other than just that 1 probe. But the damage he has taken is in the lost mining time, the screwed up opening. And, yeah, I think we can safely say that Nerchio's definitely got a bit of a lead at this point.
And he does have that hatchery, second hatchery coming up now. Of course, his opponent is sitting on 2 gateways. We'll see how he wants to follow this up. Is he going to try and expand? In fact, he does have 400 resources, and there's an expansion. So his second base will be coming up very, very soon. Looks like Nerchio already going up to his first gas. I'm sorry, I actually thought for a second there he already had one up. No, it is just his first gas for now, as he'll start saving up for Zergling speed.
And now we will move into a little bit more normal game after this point. I mean, the players have kind of reset. Nerchio does have that little bit of an economic advantage, but Welmu's certainly not out of the game at all just yet. Anything like that. He's got Warp Gate research on the way. He's got his gas. He's got sentries. He's got his Nexus. So he's not done yet. He took some early harassment, I guess you could say, but certainly wasn't game-ending.
I thought you said Zenexus there for a second, and I was like, why isn't that the name of a Zenex player? I'm just curious.
Who knows? Nexus is a big clan, man. You never know.
Yeah. If you guys are listening, make it happen.
There you go.
Forge coming up now for Welmu as well. So let's go ahead and take a look around.
Yep, and
there we go.
Oops, bit of a distraction there, but we're back.
Sorry about that, guys.
Not going to be able to get in.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's too much up at the front now. It looks like he'll probably move over to +1 attacks here in just a bit as that second Nexus does finish up. Nerchio, on the other hand, though, does have Lair Tech coming along with 3 more gas, so may decide to go down that Spire path pretty quickly.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we've seen Zerg players go for Infestors in a similar position as well, and I mean, it seems like the European players, if you look at players like Damaga and Stefano, certainly like their Infestor play a little bit better than their Spire tech. So it's hard to guess. I mean, if it was Korea, I would say, yeah, probably going to be Spire. You know, if it was America, I'd be like, it's probably going to be Spire. But with Europe, you really don't know.
All right.
It's interesting. I love the differences between the regions. It's actually so fascinating to watch.
Yeah, very much so. We'll find out here in a second, though, what the final decision is going to be. A couple of Zealots making their way through. Of course, they are not on +1 attack, so but there's enough of those, though. Nerchio is going to have to watch out. He does finally back up. Did a little bit of shield damage. And, yeah, Spire is coming up here. The way he put down all 3 gas at the same time, that was my inclination.
Happy day.
Oh, happy day.
I do like Spire play. I don't know. I just love controlling Mutalisks. They're my favorite in the game, so I always enjoy when I get to cast a player using Mutas as well. Oh, and 2 Stargates from Welmu. Interesting.
And a hatchery off to the left-hand side of the map for Nerchio.
That's
so
a good place to hide it.
Crazy back and forth between our 2 players now.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. He's also getting +1 air weapons, so he is going to dedicate himself to, well, he's getting +1 ground weapons, too. So this may be a plan for sort of a Zealot Void Ray thing. But if he gets wind of the Spire, he's definitely going to want to start making Phoenixes right away. Void Rays don't last too long against Mutas.
And looks like Zealots will rack up a couple of kills there, but Welmu will eventually be pushed out of the middle of the map.
Yep.
Taking a look, though, I believe this Overseer was able to get by and see the double Stargates. It did, and it saw the Cybernetics Core working if he was paying attention there. So let's see here, as Nerchio apparently wanted all the obs out before, so I imagine that's what that was about.
Mm-hmm. Yep, a little bit of a discrepancy, I guess, in that regard. But the game will go on, so we have the Robo Bay on the way, and a Hydra Den. Interesting. That's quite a switch from Nerchio to kind of plan Spire and then immediately switch to Hydras. Obviously, if he knows it's going to be 2-port Phoenix, generally don't want to go Hydras against that. But he needs to get a decent amount of Hydras out right away because it's going to be not too long before there's enough Phoenixes to get in there and kind of pick off the Hydras as they spawn. So he needs to be careful with that.
And we do have a 4th base coming up for Nerchio pretty early on in this game. The first Phoenixes are already making their way out. And, of course, you know, these Phoenixes are going to get on top of this hatchery and think, oh, okay, well, Lades, he's on high tech. That kind of makes sense, I suppose. And make him unsure a little bit. But at the same time, Nerchio already does have that 4th base finished up. So this is really good for Nerchio, honestly.
And it's also good for Nerchio when you kill Overlords, too. That's not bad either. +1 air weapons just about to finish here. Oh, he needs to be careful. The Hydra's not paying attention, losing a Hydra, losing a Phoenix right away.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help.
No Infestation Pit coming up as well. Looks like Welmu wants to put on a little bit of pressure here to this 3rd base. But once again, Nerchio's going to be able to respond to that pretty quickly. We'll see if that buys time for these Phoenixes to make their way into the main. But, of course, there's already a Queen Spore Crawler coming up there.
Yeah, and he's got his Infestation Pit on the way, too. So the Phoenixes will be a bit marginalized. But looks like Welmu has managed to force some units away from the 3rd.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a big warping.
Yes, it is. Are there enough units here for Nerchio to clean this up? Don't forget, guys, he is still having his base attacked over on the left-hand side of the map. Oh, a lot of these Hydras are picked up and killed very quickly by the Phoenixes. The last one goes down as well. The Queen gets picked up, and this Warpin is doing quite a bit of damage. Oh, he needs to focus something down, though, not just go after the Extractors.
Yeah.
And now finally taking his time and going after the Zerglings.
Not quite paying attention. There we go, picking off a few more of the Hydralisks there, bringing in some Spines and some Roaches as well. But, you know, all in all, this attack hasn't really done that much damage yet.
Yeah, I mean, it killed a few workers, it killed an army, but I mean, if he would have focused any one thing down, even the Hydralisk Den, the spawning pool, the lair, anything like that,
yeah.
It feels like it would have done a little bit better.
Yep, and as the game goes on, these Phoenixes are going to be less and less useful. Oh, he did kill the hatchery.
He did kill the hatchery. Actually, I take that back. Yeah. So that was actually very, very good for him.
That is good, yeah. And he's still got the Phoenixes being very, very annoying out in the middle of the map, but oh man, he's lost a couple now to just not kind of paying attention to this.
There goes. One goes down, unfortunately. A little bit of miscontrol. The +1 attack Hydralisks are very, very strong. And it looks like he does plan to put up another base. Oh, but the Phoenix finally sees the base on the left-hand side of the map. And we'll see how aggressively that Welmu wants to go ahead and attack that. It is very close to his base, of course.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Nerchio to get there and defend it. He may just decide to, well, he's actually setting his units. Not sure if that's the greatest decision ever, but even if he does lose this hatchery, he still has his third up and running. He's still going to be a base up on his Protoss opponent. And yeah, I don't know if this was the best move at all to move these units over towards this hidden base.
Yeah, a few Phoenixes have gone down. He was actually able to pick 3 of those off so far, so he does get a little bit of value there, but of course he is going to have to give up this base now, unfortunately.
Yep. All right, well, it looks like Welmu's pretty secure. In fact, he's just going to leave that base. He's so secure in himself that he's like, you can have that base. It's okay.
That is risky, especially because he's sitting on, well, 2 bases. And, of course, Nerchio finishing up another one here. Oh, sorry, a warp inside of the main one more time. Doesn't look like it's done too much damage. The Spine Crawler's picked up on it right away.
I mean, Welmu may have just been waiting for, like, a bigger sort of Death Ball-style army before moving out. I mean, he did have 1 Colossi that just spawned, so he could move out with that, but yeah, I mean, it would be good to put some pressure onto that. Nice. War Prism not paying attention either.
Nope, unfortunately not.
Yep.
Now, Nerchio has gathered a lot of forces off the left-hand side. So this is certainly a much more stout defense, much more useful base now. We'll see if these Phoenixes are going to be able to get in and do anything. They pick up a couple of the Roaches, but one of the Phoenixes has already gone down. 2 of them have fallen now. There is a Colossus, but it gets picked off right away. The Corruptors certainly doing their damage now, and a lot of these forces are being surrounded. Welmu does have enough to eventually push this back, but he took some losses to some very high-tech critical units there.
Why is Welmu going home, man? I mean, yeah, he lost his Colossi, but he's got enough. I'm pretty sure he's got enough to kill that hatchery, honestly.
He does. Nerchio knows it. He's moved away.
Yeah. Wow, Nerchio just getting a little bit lucky here. Welmu making some kind of questionable decisions. He definitely could have killed off the hatchery, and as it is now, yeah, the drones and the units that were there escape.
All right. Well, it's just kind of sitting there and being utilized for production. Of course, he was able to get quite a bit of mining off of it, so it turned a profit. It did its job. Another Nexus coming up now for Welmu, finally. But there is a pretty stout army on the field now for Nerchio, and he's sitting on 60 workers as well, so a well-developed economy to go along with it.
Yeah, very true. He was able to kind of keep his normal third base pretty safe, able to get that up and running here, and oh yeah, with those 4 Spines and the Queen and even a couple Roaches and Hydras there, he's going to be just fine.
Oh yeah.
Against these Zealots, not going to do a whole lot.
No.
Kills off a couple drones, that's it.
Yep, that was about all, so let's take a look now at the state of things. 57 workers to 53 in favor of Nerchio at the moment. It looks like he's just going to go back to mining this base. Might as well. He does have a few additional workers coming up in addition. So let's see now. Nerchio going to make his way through, finally pick off a couple of photon cannons, try and deny this base. But the units are already making their way back now for Welmu. Oh, the force fields. I thought they had trapped everything in, but just a tiny little gap off to the side. Almost perfect force fields.
That was about as close as you can cut it. Whoops. Yep. Lucky break for Nerchio there. Escaping there. Nerchio's had a couple lucky breaks this game, but he's been able to utilize those well. I mean, he hasn't taken them for granted. He's been able to, it looks like he's getting that 4th base back up and running again.
Very much so. So can utilize it for more than just production. Unit name Ursadak Female 2, overseeing the destruction in the middle of the map.
She's cool with it. No worries.
Stone Cold Killer.
That's right. Another push at the 3rd. And looks like Nerchio's going to use this to move into the natural.
Yes, he is. This could be a lot of economic damage, and in fact, it will be. A few probes have already gone down. He will be able to take out the Forge up at the front as well. It's getting pretty low. Oh, units coming in from the side, though, for Welmu. Will he be able to get it, though? 20 hit points and dead. Denies that upgrade. No armor for you, sir.
Nope, and he's got a lot of stuff in the main, too. This is getting very annoying for Welmu to have to deal with. Trying to fight on multiple fronts right now. Looks like it's tasking is multitasking to the point of breaking here.
Yeah, Welmu finally losing quite a bit of economy there, like we said. 47 workers have been killed by Nerchio in this game. He's down to 19 probes versus 60 drones. So Welmu decides it is time to move out and attack. And the best part about this base on the left-hand side is that if Welmu decides to target that with the attack, then Nerchio is going to buy himself so much time to sit on the 3 bases that he still has going. So Nerchio is actually still attacking. He's going to go through this army at the front, or at least try to. Welmu has been able to dispatch of a lot of those forces pretty well, but he is going to lose a Nexus back at home.
Yeah, Welmu's basically all in right now. He needs to win with this army. If he doesn't, he loses the game. His team loses the match. This is kind of what it all comes down to right now. Nerchio needs to kill this army, and if he does, his team is going to the next round to fight Prime.
All right, here comes Welmu. Will he have enough? He has no economy back at home whatsoever. A pretty good fungal pins a lot of those Stalkers in place.
Yeah.
The Zergling's actually able to get in and attack pretty well. Stalker's starting to take quite a bit of damage, but it's now 100 supply deficit. Everything dying for Welmu there, even if he's able to kill the front line of forces, which I don't think he can. There's the ... So balanced. GG, and Acer has won. Acer has taken the match in game number 9. They will be moving on to face Prime. Eclypsia is our first team to fall to the lower brackets.
Yep, that's right. I mean, Welmu made a great